This is Anker's new Qi 2 MagSafe Battery Pack. I went out and bought this myself off of Amazon. I'm not sponsored by Anker or affiliated with them in any way. I wanted to get this and just share my experience to help you decide whether this is a good MagSafe battery pack to keep in your lineup of accessories for your iPhone. Down below in the description is going to be the link to where you can purchase this for yourself if you decide to do so. And also you'll see the chapters so you can jump around and see the part of the video that you really want to. First and foremost, let's talk about the build quality. This is a very nicely built, nicely made product. It's got a nice finish to it. It's a matte finish. I went with the black color option, but you can also go with white. What's interesting is Anker left out all the other colors that they've done for their battery packs before, so I don't know if that's something that they want to incorporate in the future, but right now the only two options you get are this black right here and then the white as well. Now on the back side here, you've got this little kickstand, so this flips out, and on the kickstand itself, you've got a nice little magnet. It's really slim and it just snaps into place and stays shut. The kickstand itself is well made, the hinge is good. If you have your phone in landscape, you're not going to have any issue. Now, due to the fact that the way that the kickstand is built, you can't actually have the battery pack in landscape itself and have the kickstand flipped out. It simply is not going to be able to handle that weight, but you can use it in portrait mode. Now, off to this side, you have a screen. This is something that I really love. And not only do you get a screen which shows how much battery the battery pack has, but when it's snapped onto the phone, it's going to tell you how much charge or how long it's going to take to charge the device and how much juice the battery pack has left. Now, unlike on previous battery packs, the USB-C is no longer at the bottom, it's on the side. This is really good because if you do have the battery pack plugged in and you have your phone on there, you don't have to worry about the cable going in the bottom and obstructing the whole system. Now, one thing I didn't like about the design is this part right here that goes in contact with your device. So you've got the MagSafe magnets and the alignment magnet, but this is also a matte finish. So if you have a case or your bare iPhone, this doesn't really stick all that well on the bottom part. So that is just something to keep in mind. Whereas on my 13 mini, I have the Kodabe sheath, which is a case that has a lot of texture to it, right? So when I snap it on there, it stays more so in place. Like you can feel the friction and feel that it wants to stay in place a lot better. I didn't have the problem of this just like moving around in my hand while I was using it when I had the 13 mini versus the 15 Pro Max, which has the Pitaka case on it. This is nothing to do with the case itself, but just pointing it out. If you have something that has a matte surface, that is something you need to keep in mind. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that the design of the battery pack, because it is 10,000 milliamps, it's beefy, it's huge, it does stick out. So if you try to put this on a 13 mini or a 15 Pro or a regular 15, the only phone that it's not going to hang off of at the bottom is going to be the Pro Max. It is almost right beneath the edge. So that is also something that you want to keep in mind. Now let's move on to charging, which is really important because let's face it, this is why you're getting the battery pack in the first place. So I put this on the 15 Pro Max at 2:05 p.m. and the phone itself was at 20%. By 2:30 p.m., the phone had 33% battery and the battery pack showed that it was at 89%. Now you might be thinking that that's pretty slow. Do keep in mind that this monitors the temperature, works directly with your phone. So I was outside on a sunny day, sun was beating down on the phone, and I was using this outside because I was trying to push this to its max to really see how efficient this is. Because the last time that I reviewed the Anker MagSafe battery from a couple years back, that one got really hot. So I wanted to give this one a run and really make sure that it doesn't get hot. So I can happily report that it doesn't get hot. It was warm, but any battery pack is going to get warm when it's on your device. But what I really liked is that it's prioritizing your device, and while you're using it, you notice that it does tone itself down because this thing can charge at a max of 15 watts. That's the benefit Qi 2 gives you. So it wasn't pushing its max power for sure, because otherwise it would have charged up a lot faster. Now, after I got done with the 15 Pro Max, I slapped this onto the 13 Mini. And on the 13 Mini, in 30 minutes from 3:15 p.m. to 3:45 p.m., I was able to go from 55% to 74% battery life. On the battery pack itself, there was 78%. So the battery pack was full when I put it on the Pro Max. It went to 89%. Then with the 13 Mini, I got it down to 78%. And on the Mini, you might be thinking that, okay, the Mini was able to get more. One, it's a smaller battery. Two, even though I was using the device, I was inside for a portion of that time. So I spent a good 15 minutes inside. So the sun wasn't a factor. Again, neither the phone, neither the battery pack got uncomfortably hot. Then I went outside and I immediately noticed that the battery pack toned itself down, which is just awesome to see. I wanted to really give this a good test to make sure that if you're spending the $100, this battery pack is going to work with your iPhone and really charge it in a safe and healthy manner. Now, the last thing I want to mention is charging via a cable, which you can do. So any device, whether it's your iPad or your Pro Max Mini, whatever the device may be, you simply can plug in a USB-C cable. This has Anker's IQ technology, which is again going to work with your phone to decide like how much power it should push to it and charge in a safe and healthy manner. On the 13 Mini alone, I was able to get 50% of juice sent to the device itself in just 30 minutes. So that's really good. So, you're in a pinch. If you don't want to carry this and have it slapped onto your phone, you can simply just use this as a backup battery, plug in a cable, put it into your phone, and you'll be good to go. Now, speaking of carrying this, this is pretty easy to carry on its own, but when it is on your phone, you have to remember this is a 10K battery pack, so it comes with its benefits and disadvantages. And one of the disadvantages is the size. Being able to have that much capacity, it's a much larger battery pack than, say, the Apple MagSafe Battery Pack or any other 5K battery pack. But I think that those are better if you are someone that's really looking to get a battery pack that you can just have on your device and just take it with you for the day. But if you're somebody that's like, okay, I need something as a backup, emergency backup for traveling, or when you're at a coffee shop, anytime you're on the move and you need a bunch of juice as backup and you don't have to worry about whether you're going to have an outlet near you or anything, this serves really well because you don't have to slap it onto your device. You just simply plug in a cable and charge your phone up, get your juice sent to the device, and you are good to go. So for me personally, this is more of a backup battery as opposed to something I want to keep on my phone and just move about through the day. Now, would I recommend the Anker Qi 2 MagSafe Battery Pack? Honestly, I really love this battery pack. It's been a great product. My only gripe is the fact that it just doesn't stick in place. So that is just something that you should keep in mind. But if you have a leather case or like I do, the Kodabe sheath, you shouldn't have any issue whatsoever. I really love this display and the fact that it has 10,000 milliamps. So I see this as a great accessory to just have in your backpack for those emergency situations where you might not have access to any power and getting your device up and running. I do recommend that you charge with a cable whenever you can, simply because it's more efficient and it'll take the battery pack further. And lastly, I really hope my experience with this can help you decide whether this is a good accessory or not to keep in your backpack or lineup of accessories. Thank you so much for your time. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up as it really helps me out. Again, in the description will be the link to this, so that way you can pick it up for yourself. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I will see you, like always, in the next video.